Hi, welcome back for those who watched my last video on the Leatherman Wave. Today we're looking at the Victorinox Swisstool Spirit. For those who've missed any of the videos, I had 5 multi-tools and I was going to review each of the 5, the Ganzo, the Swisstool Spirit, the SOG and the Leatherman, and just give my overview of what I feel their strengths are, their weaknesses, and at the end I'll just say a bit about what I feel the best value for money is and what one I would carry if I could every day. So today we're looking at the Swisstool Spirit. This is the Swisstool Spirit X. I'll show you why the X in a minute, but this is by Victorinox, the people who make Swiss Army knife, and it's not as heavy as this is the Swisstool. This is the Swisstool Spirit. Smaller, slimmer, a lot lighter than its big brother. It is a bit of a fingerprint magnet where it's so shiny or polished. This is the most expensive of the tools at the moment on Amazon. It's 120. I mean, I have seen it cheaper. It does fluctuate. Let's open it up. So here we've got the plier head. They're not needle nose. They're like a hybrid mix of. They're sort of like a Swisstool plier, but shrunk down. So what I would say medium duty to light duty tasks. They do have a hard wire cutter in there. It's not the biggest gap for cutting. They do work. I've used it various times. So as you can tell straight away, it's a curved shape. It's not flat like the others, and this is specifically done just to make it more comfortable when holding the Swisstool. It is so much nicer in hand. It is smaller as well, but I mean, I don't have massive hands, so it will fit in the palm of some people's hands. Fold it up. All the tools are accessible, apart from the pliers, from the outside, just like the Swisstool. So what we do, we get into some of them. So firstly, we have a blade. Same style as the Swiss Army knife, a bit smaller than the Swisstool. Comes hair popping sharp. It locks with these locks here. Unfortunately, that makes it illegal to carry in the UK. But from a safety point of view, that is a good thing. They do snap in with a good click. You just know that it's locked in place. That's what I do like about the old Victorinox. So the second tool. Right, this is the chisel wire cutter box opener. So here we've got a chisel, which, just like the Swisstool, is slightly smaller than the Swisstool version, but good for scraping, bit of getting paint off things, small shavings. What they've done though, they've changed the curve, well, the outside bit there, and what they've done is, where they've sharpened it on this side, they've made it into a box cutter. I think that's a brilliant idea. It works really well. I open packages using that. The only downside is, if you're going to use it for a box cutter, it's where it's in the middle of the tools or not on the outside. It is difficult. You have to look through to find it. But once you have found it, it will open several boxes. The wire strippers, sorry, they've made this one larger just to strip bigger wires, which is a good idea. So it's a slight improvement on the last one. Next tool, flathead screwdriver bottle opener. Right, now we've got an awl again, but this time they've put a hook on it. So what you can do is, if you're pulling, you can attach thread, or I guess for hooking things, a bit like, I mean, the parcel carrier on a Swiss Army knife. No one knows what that's for, but you may find an ingenious idea or use for this. But they've definitely, sorry about that, it's my clock. They've put this on. They must have felt that it would contribute in some way. I haven't found a use for it yet, but there we go. And the saw. Now, they've kept the length, and it's the same profile, the same cutting edge as the Swiss tool, but they've shrunk the saw down. It is a lot narrower, still solid, and where it's squared off, I can use this for striking a ferro rod. Very good saw though. On the other side, got a file, three-sided file. Got coarse one side, slightly smoother the other side, and a metal saw. Bottle opener with small flat head on the top. Again, they've kept with the 3D Phillips, my favourite tool on this multi-tool. Just about covers every single Phillips. Where they've done it as a number 2, I mean, number 1 you could maybe get away with using the small flathead, but this one seems to fit every task I've ever needed it for. There's your small flathead. And finally, the scissors. Now what they've done here, they've changed the style of scissors from their usual Swiss Army knife style large scissors with springs. What they've done is they've put a new pair of scissors in with this strong back spring. Now a lot of people moan about this and say, well, it doesn't open far enough. And quite right, they don't open that far at all, but they do cut very well, and they are strong. You can cut you could cut your fingernails with this if you needed to, cut cardboard, and they just feel like they're never going to break. So I do feel this is an improvement. They're not as good. They're not going to be, they're still going to cut the same. They're not going to open as far for cutting paper as the other ones. But at the same time, I like the fact that they've improved, you know, that weak spring. They've looked at that and thought, hey, we'll put a strong back spring in it, and it's worked. In my opinion, I think it's better. So little things as well. This is the Swisstool Spirit X. Let's find the blade. So on the normal Swisstool Spirit, it comes with a combination edge with serrated blade down halfway, and then a plain edge at the bottom, which is reversed to most combi edges. Normally knife halfway, straight edge to halfway down, and then a combi edge. Victorinox decided to do it differently, but I've owned the other Swisstool, the Swisstool Spirit, the normal one. Had it for a while, sold it, because I just prefer, I don't know why, I just feel a plain edge blade I can do more with. I can get in places. Do you know what I mean? that's all. I don't need the serrations. I just want a plain edge blade will do me. I mean, it's never going to be my primary blade, but if I just like to know I've just got a normal blade in case I need it. Right, sorry about the waffling. So thoughts about this. It is really well crafted. It's not as heavy duty as, say, the SOG and the Swisstool, and it doesn't have as many blades as the Leatherman Wave, as it doesn't have the micro screwdriver like the Leatherman Wave has, or the diamond file that the Leatherman Wave has. But the build quality, in my opinion, is better. I'm not saying it's a better tool. The Leatherman Wave, if I was out and camping and I wanted to shave some sticks and cut some rope and stuff, then the Leatherman Wave is the tool for you. This tool, I feel, round the house, the jobs, using the screwdriver, the chisel, the file, it's got a hybrid pair of pliers, so not too pointy, not too stubby. For everyday use around the house, this is better. It's better built. If Victorinox had reasonably priced this, I mean, I'm not saying it's stupidly expensive for what you get, but not many people can afford £100 multi-tool or £120. If this had gone into competition with the Wave properly and they had undercut the Wave in price, I feel this would be the best multi-tool on the market, without a shadow of a doubt. It's better to hold. It's just better to own. It's just a lovely, lovely multi-tool. It's got the corkscrew add-in bit. Obviously, some people may prefer the combi edge, which you would go for the Swisstool Spirit, the normal one. I prefer the straight edge, so I've gone for the Swisstool Spirit X. Out of 10, I would give this a 9.5, same as the Leatherman Wave, which you have here. It is my favourite tool out of all the tools. It is a Swisstool, which was my favourite, shrunk down. I'm not saying this because I like Leatherman. Not like Leatherman. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm a massive fan of Victorinox, because I do love my Leatherman Wave. I'm saying this because you just know when you hold it how well it's built. Now, having looked at all the multi-tools, let's get the Ganzo as well. Just an overview and a conclusion on these multi-tools. So what I've said is these two are, in my opinion, the best multi-tools for the everyday use. If you can afford it, I'd suggest either the Spirit X or the Leatherman Wave. If you're going to use your pliers all the time, then I'd get a SOG. If you want something to throw in your toolbox to do all the jobs around the house, go for this Swisstool. If you're on a budget, this is your tool. If you've got the money, if you can afford from going from £20 to £60, I would go for the Swisstool. If you do have the money, if you have a bit more cash to spend and you're looking for a long-term investment, then go for one of these. That would be a good starter. If you just want something to throw in your car, then that's your thing. That's your multi-tool. But I wouldn't, if I had the money, I wouldn't have that. That would be my last choice. Then next, I would have the SOG, but again, that's not my favourite out of them all. This is a beast. It's a little bit heavy though. It's a mobile toolbox, but not the most practical. So here we go. This is it's complete preference. It's Wave or Victorinox Swisstool Spirit. It's up to you. But in my opinion, these are the two best multi-tools on the market. This is my choice indoors. This is my choice outdoors. So what you choose is up to you. But I'd just like to give my opinion and hopefully help people that are looking to choose a tool to buy. You will not be disappointed with either one of these. Well, thanks for watching my videos. See you soon.